was in 3rd grade. My dad had just left in the middle of the day to go get something. Clearly, being a 3rd grader, I didn't know much about cars, but my family has always been into cars growing up. Much to my surprise, about probably an hour and a half later, a red Mustang GT pulled into the driveway. Turns out my dad surprised my mom with a car. I didn't think that actually happened in life, but apparently it does. Ever since then, my mom continued to get Mustang after Mustang, and it's kind of weird, but that's what got me started into cars. My name is Claire, and I drive a 2016 Camaro SS. Say I didn't necessarily fit in, so I took pride in my hobbies, one of which was cars. I was an annoying little sister. I have an older brother, and he got a Roush 427R Mustang. I wanted to go everywhere with him. I always wanted to be in that car, and it being in the 2000s, he also put underglow on it, like actual underglow, and that was like the coolest thing at the time. And looking back on it, it's a little cheesy, but I'm not gonna lie, I may or may not have bought underglow for my car that I have not put on yet. So it continued to grow. As I grew up, it's something that never went away. It was something that was always there, even though obviously I couldn't drive them. It was the seed to my passion for cars. So you would think, me growing up around nicer sports cars, I would have gotten into a sport-y car. You know, when you're in high school, maybe you can't afford a super nice sports car, but you get one that's a little sporty. I got a 2011 gray Ford Focus. Yeah, it was a nice car, don't get me wrong. Another kind of embarrassing thing, it was a nice car, don't get me wrong, but I then went from my Focus to a V6 Camaro. It proceeded to get keyed. I got parked in the high school parking lot. People did not like that I had that car. I realized that a V6 wasn't exactly cool, and me having to always have like the best of the best thing, I made it work where I literally spent all my money every month, and I ordered from a dealership a 2013 white CL1 Camaro. That's when I really got into the car scene. A lot of people, at least around here, at least know of me because of that car, because again, me being a young girl at the time, having that car, you know, I'd get the daddy's money jokes, all that stuff. I went to Applebee's once, and I walked up to my car, and there was barbecue sauce all over it. It was a whole thing. I'm glad it's behind me, but it was a very important chapter of my life, and I'm glad that I went through it because some of my strongest relationships came from that. Then I decided that I wanted to get somewhere in life and not spend all my money on a car payment and be an adult, and I sold it. had Camaros in my heart. That's my car. Everybody has a car. Like, Alex, he likes Porsches. Me, I like, for some reason, Camaros. And I don't really know why, considering I grew up around Mustangs. I don't know if there was a part of me that was like, you know what? Nope, I'm gonna get a Camaro. I remember going to school in high school. I had to drive past a Chevy dealership every day, and I remember seeing all the 5th gens like lined up outside, and I'm like, I want one of those. My car that I have now, I've had it for about 2 years. I currently have a Rotofab cold air intake on it. I have Texas Speed headers, X-pipe, and then I have an axle back as well. And then, a couple aesthetic things like the lip, the side skirts, a different diffuser. I have an Anderson Composites carbon fiber little duckbill looking spoiler. And my next step will be to cam it, and then down the road I want to put a Pro Charger on it. I am really excited for it. I definitely enjoy the car. Having a 5th gen Camaro and going to a 6th gen, even the interior is completely different. Heated seats, cooled seats, everything. I love that car. Other than that, I think I'll always be into cars. It's something I grew up around. It's something I've been in since I was little. Even when I was little, it wasn't like super hardcore or anything, but it'll always be in my heart. I'll always love cars. And that's it.